Hello guys, my name is Suraj Nagarwal, and I'm back with a new episode of the Great Marketers Show. Welcome to the Great Marketers Show, where I interview the top and the great marketers and the entrepreneurs. Where I believe all entrepreneurs should take off their entrepreneurship hat and put on their marketer's hat. Because of the good marketing, we are able to make changes. We are able to make more impact on more lives. So overall here you will just get all your marketing answers. And today we are inviting the one and only Danny Sculls, the mindset coach, sales mentor, NLP master, practitioner, and founder of Dream Client Accelerator. Danny brings over 20 years of combined experience developing entrepreneurs mindset, marketing, copywriting, and sales training to over six figures per year. He's doing mainly everything organically without using paid ads. So please let me invite the one and only Danny Skulls. Hi Danny, how are you?
Hello, my friend. Hello, hello. So happy
Yeah,
to be
how are
here with
you?
you. Very
I'm
good,
so
very
much
good.
I'm so much grateful to have you on my show, and this is, you can say, a dream come true for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
how
no,
are
I'm
you?
happy to be here. Yeah, absolutely. I was excited when you said you were finally doing your show, because I know you've talked about it a lot. So I'm happy to support you and yeah, I'm really happy to be here
Thank,
with your audience.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's don't wasting your precious time because we have a limited time. So let's get started with the first question. I would like to hear your backstory. How did you know about this online journey? Could you share something about that?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So you mentioned I have like 20 years of experience, but all 20 years of those were not online. I've actually been full time online for the last 3 years. But prior to that, for about 17 years, I was teaching sales and mindset in New York City in corporate offices. So I was like teaching on Wall Street in the Empire State Building. I had a team of 200 people at my highest. And, I was responsible for teaching them how to confidently offer their program or, a big offer of like 5,000, 10,000, $50,000 packages. And I was also responsible for teaching them the mindset because for me, I say this all the time that mindset and sales are really two sides of the same coin, because if you don't have the right mindset, the confidence, you can't really offer, you can't really charge someone a high level of money, right?
Exactly.
So I was doing very well in an office setting. Like I said, I had 200 people behind me and stuff, but for me, like I always wanted to do my own thing, and kind of be my own boss. And when I started having children, that's where it really changed for me because I didn't want to miss a lot of important things. Like I was working 60, 70 hours a week in an office. So I would really hardly see the kids. So that was the big turning point for me to, just walk away from a successful business operation that I was running and actually go full time online, which happened 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing because everyone want to save their time and want to spend the time with the family.
Right.
And we are the main purpose we are doing the business. The main thing, we want to spend more time with our family,
Of
right?
course.
So yeah. So my next question is, you are also a sales mentor. Could you share a few tips how we can convert a cold lead into the high quality buyer?
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's a big struggle that a lot of the people that I do coach end up, dealing with. It's like, how do I actually take this lead that I just met on Facebook, this connection that I just made, and get them warm, get them to actually want to take my offer, right? Um, the best way, number one, is to speak to people. Don't speak through them. And what do I mean by speaking through them, right? Think about how many times someone sends you a friend request, right? And the first message is not hello. It's not, hey, I saw your profile. I see you're into this, this, and that. It's, this is a link. Hey, are you into Bitcoin? Are you into affiliate marketing? Well, here, you need to take this link. That's the worst way you can do it because that's what I mean by speaking through someone. So what you want to do is, I'm a very firm believer of leading with value because if I lead with value, right, like if I come out with a post that gives a lot of great tips or, a lot of good insight on how someone can grow their business, the know, the like, and the trust factor is now being built with that cold audience. And they're over time starting to look forward to the value that I'm providing. And what it does is it actually piques their interest. They start to say like, wow, this guy Danny's putting out this amazing content. I could only imagine what it would be like if I was working with him. So let me reach out. So for me, I tend to get a lot of inbound traffic, even though it's organic. I'm getting inbound
Mhm.
requests more than I'm outreaching to people to offer them my service, because of the fact that they've either seen my post or they've seen some of my training. They've watched a YouTube video, they've seen something that I put in a Facebook group. And when I do outreach, again, I'm trying to get to know the person. So before I message someone, if I just make a friend request with someone, right, I'll spend some time looking at their profile, looking at the type of content they put out, and I'll use that in my beginning message. Like, hey, Suraj, I see that you're into X, Y, and Z. That's great. I saw that post you put in this group and it really resonated with me. So I hope it's okay that I reach out to you. You see? So that's how you really turn someone from cold to warm. Just honestly build a connection and lead with value, especially when you're looking to connect and obviously convert them into a paying customer, right?
Yeah, so exactly. Sometimes I also face some of the people who are just randomly sending the message, "Hey, how are you? I see you in this group, and you want to join my program." This is the worst way. I also watch out in many courses, and people are just saying the same thing. They are just not the right way to approach the people. So my next question is really about the mindset coach, and you also a mindset coach, and I have read few of things about the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. So could you explain it more? What is the fixed mindset and what is the growth mindset?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like when I start with doing mindset coaching with people, we always cover fixed and a growth mindset, or the scarcity and the abundance mindset, right?
Mhm.
Because it's a thin line to balance between both, right? So I guess I'll break them down one by one. Um, with a fixed mindset, it's leading you to kind of hiding your flaws, hiding mistakes, right? Almost feeling ashamed about failing at things. And people that have a fixed mindset, oftentimes they're unmotivated to strive for better results and to try to achieve success. Because with a
Mhm.
fixed mindset, right, that's the type of person that they look at other people that are successful almost like a threat, and they tend to give up easy at things, and they look at a setback as a permanent failure. Whereas if you
Mhm.
have a growth mindset, that's where you're looking to embrace your flaws and embrace your mistakes as opportunities where you can grow. And these types of people, they accept setbacks as part of the learning process. It's almost like they feel empowered to hit their goals, right? So someone with a growth mindset, they may look at somebody that's already successful as a source of inspiration, as motivation, right? And they tend to understand that just because you fail at something, it doesn't mean that you're a failure, right? They take those failures as lessons to strengthen their approach, and they utilize those setbacks as a learning experience to really strengthen their resolve. So, the biggest difference between the two, and the biggest key to remember, it's very important that you have to understand, guys, that effort leads to mastery. And throughout our
Yes.
effort, we're always going to have bumps in the road. But the main key to remember is that you have to constantly embrace change and growth. So this way you can avoid staying in the same place and being stagnant and never actually achieving your goals.
That's awesome, and you can see it is a really a golden nugget for me. And I also read a one quote about effort never died. You have to effort yourself whenever you want, and it never be die. So effort
Absolutely.
will brings you the result. Exactly. So the one more thing about the fixed mindset, and how how can someone overcome their limiting beliefs?
Yeah. So that's another big thing, right? Um, so I do this type of coaching for people. It's called timeline reset. And timeline reset is very good to overcome limiting beliefs. Um, it's basically like a transformational process I take people through, where I work with their subconscious mind, because that's where the limiting beliefs are. So what we do is we go through these sessions where we kind of look to clear the intense charge around negative emotions or limiting beliefs, to help people release this stuck energy and even trauma that they have from their body. And it's important because you have to understand, if these limiting beliefs and negative condensations just stay stuck in our body, we tend to experience stress and illness, right? You got to understand, with limiting beliefs, they're a script that's kind of just running around in the background of your life, and it's stored in our subconscious mind. So these limiting beliefs, they dictate our actions, our behaviors, and they've been created throughout our life. But mostly these limiting beliefs happen to us when we are a child, because they're put in place for us to feel safe. So I'll give you an example, right? Like, let's say as a child, you were told that you needed to be quiet, or you needed to stay out of the way when your parents had company over, or there was like a business meeting, right? Like, as a kid, you're always running around. I'm sure you probably hear mine in the background, right? You're always running around, you're full of energy, but then, family comes over, a friend comes over, and now you're told to be quiet. Okay. Or maybe somebody told you that you weren't good enough at something as a kid. So now everything you try to do never feels like you're going to be good enough, you know? And that leads into maybe you feeling like you weren't worthy or deserving of success or love or happiness. So the thing with limiting beliefs, guys, whatever the story that you may have been told, you have to understand that it's more than likely not serving the person that you're trying to grow into. That's why we have to release them. And you have to let go of this programming and just upgrade yourself into a more aligned way of being. So that way you don't get stuck on this mundane living and keep playing small. So with those limiting beliefs, you have to realize that just because you were told to be quiet as a kid, it doesn't mean you have to be shy as an adult, right? Just because someone told you you weren't good at something as a kid, it doesn't mean you won't be successful in your business.
Yeah, I got that. I got that point. Yeah, in the you can say in the childhood, some of the peoples are stopping their kids. You can't do that particular thing because we are the Indians, and most of the peoples are not believe at that situation, because in the pandemic situation, what comes in front of people, the online business. Only thing they can do online business, but some of the peoples are not uh, believe on the online marketing. I don't know why, but actually we are the Indians, and they have the wrong mindset in, and they just fix that particular thing. So we need to change that. And most of the Indians are getting so much increase, and they are just sticking with the growth mindset, and they are just learning
Right.
and overcome their fast belief. So we are just preparing ourselves to become the good in our niche and the online marketing as well. So the next question is, what is the best way to shift the mindset? Sometimes we get tense, something is not happening, and I'm putting,
Yeah.
or some people are putting a lot of efforts but not getting the results. So how I can just handle that situation?
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at every day as a true blessing, because you can restart. I may have tried something today and it didn't work, but you know what? Tomorrow is another day. And tomorrow I have another chance to try, right? So the key is to not dwell on the negative, but to actually shift your focus on the positive, right? And one way you can do that is with even positive affirmations, right? A lot of times, people, we tend to dwell on negative things, right? Like, I need to become successful, right? Well, instead of I need, start saying I am. So instead of I need to be successful, the type of words you should say are I am working to become successful. I am taking the steps to embrace change in my life, not I need to make a change and I need to be successful. So really just shift your thought process. Positive affirmations help, meditation helps. Keeping a gratitude journal is also really good as well. In the morning or at night, you can kind of think of 10 things that you're truly grateful for. And then when you feel like you're stuck, when you feel like, wow, I'm trying things and I'm not getting progress, just remember, you've already come a long way, right? Like I was telling you before the show, you look at yourself, right? You're now doing interviews when a couple months ago you were saying, I want to try to do this. And now you're taking that first step and you're putting yourself out there.
Mhm. That's that's a huge thing for me, and thank you so much for that. Yes, sometimes we have to do the affirmations and the meditation. I do 2 times a day. So the one more thing about this, how much time it take to change the thoughts, because meaning the thought process is taking a lot of time to change.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
the thing with that you have to understand is that, like, it's like the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So you can't expect major shifts to happen instantaneously, because if that was the case, nobody would ever have limiting beliefs, right? But the thing to remember is, as long as you can be aware, that's really the first step, right? Like, someone who's always nervous, or someone who's always anxious, or someone who's always kind of beating themselves up, a lot of times they're not aware that they're doing it. But when you can become aware, like, you know what, I can see that right now I'm actually being too hard on myself, that's already showing that you've changed. So step one is to be aware, right? And once you are aware, then you can take the steps to go ahead and shift that thought pattern. And it may take a week, it may take a month, it may take a year, but the key is to always keep striving and always keep learning and always keep growing, because we are not meant to stay in the same position throughout our entire lives. That's the beautiful gift of living in itself, and the beautiful gift of having our mind as such a powerful tool.
that's awesome, and it is the same called the power of the repetitions. We have to repeat whatever we are doing on the daily basis with the consistency, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the most important question of this interview, it is, you are just doing everything mainly organically, and so could you share me how you just market yourself with the organic marketing?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
So as you can see, I'm everywhere, right? I'm not just on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Facebook Reels, right? So one thing for me that helps is to create omnipresence online. How do you do that though, right? Like everyone always asks me, like, Danny, how is it that you're putting TikTok videos, YouTube videos, Instagram videos, Facebook? I see you in groups. I see you here. I see you on a podcast, right? Number one, it's about time management. So like, for example, what I'll do is I may spend a Sunday, right, like once a week, creating all of my content for the entire week. So on a Sunday, I may spend an hour just creating a bunch of videos for TikTok, and then I'll repurpose them on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or maybe I'll film a couple of YouTube videos, and then I'll
Mhm.
take the script from my YouTube video and I'll create Facebook long form copy posts, right? Or I'll make a blog and then film that as a YouTube, or record it as a podcast. So it doesn't have to be harder than, don't make it harder than it has to be, is the point I'm making. You can literally take one piece of content and repurpose it on other platforms. But that's the biggest key to organic success, guys. Don't just think that Facebook is the only way to go, or LinkedIn is the only way to go. I mean, we all had a scare last month when Facebook shut down for a day. We thought the world was coming to an end, right? So what do you do if one of these platforms shuts down? You have to consistently put out content on multiple platforms, and look to grow an email list is another great tip for organic marketing. There's gold in the emails, guys.
That's the great thing, and most of the people are not working, still are not working on the creation of the email list. And we can say we have to make the empire for us, a community for us, so we can just move them to other platforms if the Facebook will shut down. And I also read that in the traffic secret, and Russell shared a lot of things about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next question is, most of the people are saying the organic traffic takes a lot of time, but they are just neglecting the power of organic marketing, because you are the person who has just have the great experience and connecting with the great marketers and the entrepreneurs. So could you share me something about that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong, right? I don't want to like make it seem like organic marketing is the only way to do things, right? I know a lot of people that have
Mhm.
seen success in paid traffic, I've tried it myself, but I just have seen a lot more success in doing things organically, right? Um it can take a lot of time if you're just putting your eggs in one platform. But
Mhm.
you can go like, we were just chatting about this before the meeting, right? Um for example, Facebook and YouTube and Instagram right now are trying to heavily compete with TikTok because TikTok
Mhm.
came out of nowhere and now you have over a billion active users on TikTok. So I can go ahead and make a TikTok video and then I can remove the TikTok logo and put it on as a Facebook reel. And you can look at some of my reels, they have 16,000 views from a 10-second video. So how are you going to tell me organic marketing is hard? Right? If you're just consistent and you're putting out valuable content that is solving a pain point that your niche is suffering with, you will grow your
Mhm.
email list. You will grow a bunch of leads. But the key is to just lead with value and also be consistent in your approach. Don't post once a week on Facebook. Don't post once a day on TikTok. Really put yourself out there. And if it helps, do what I do. I mean, I'm a father. I run a business. I have a coaching program. I coach for other coaches. I take sales calls. I do all of these other things. So when it comes to content creation, I just dedicate one day a week to really plan out
Mhm.
all my content, film everything, type everything up. And then day by day, I'll go into my portfolio and just drag and drop on these different platforms.
That's the great you have just mentioned, and you can say you have structured your system. Because of the good system, we can able to do everything, and this is the great thing that you are just doing. And literally, it can be a golden nugget for me because I will just start doing the same thing because I'm just stuck a lot of time by writing the copywriting for my funnel designs and for my Facebook post. Yeah. So
Right.
the main thing is when we are just doing the Facebook organic marketing or something others, just like on the YouTube platform. So how we can just figure out the content?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like one thing that I use, which is really helpful. I did a video on this on my YouTube, right? And I shared it also in my Facebook group. You want to try to search for pain points.
Mhm.
So, what does that mean? That means you can go to a website, for example, that's called Answer the Public, right?
Yeah.
And in that website, you can look for pain points for your niche. So, for example, if you're a funnel builder, you can literally type funnel building and you'll see
Mhm.
all of the questions that people are searching on YouTube, on Google, on Reddit, all these different platforms, Quora, and then it'll tell you, how do I make a funnel? Another question could be, is ClickFunnels better than System.io? How to, is ClickFunnels better at $97 than $300? Now you have, one search will give you 300 of these different questions. You can download those
Mhm.
questions into an Excel sheet and then create content based off of all those questions. So you're literally using the pain points that people are searching for to actually create the content. So it actually does help because, it's easy to create content when you know what people are looking for. The key is you just have to know how to find what they're looking for. Look and see what they're looking for on Google, on Quora, on Reddit. Look for the types of things that are on YouTube, right? Or even on TikTok. Like, let's say you are an affiliate marketer, you can literally look up the hashtag affiliate marketing and you can see the top viral videos and then you can just model them with your own branding and with your own kind of niche, right? With your own flavor. So all you have to do is really look into what people are looking for to get a problem solved and then model it just like Russell Bronson says, funnel hack. Find out what people are looking for and make it your own and tie it into how you can fix that problem for them.
That's the huge thing you have told me because of most of my audience are facing the same issues because some of the people are going live every day, and I also like uh 162 days live consistently, and I just got a lot of issues by finding what should I do today, what should I go on
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a great thing. I thought my people are watching this and they will just get so much, you can say, happy with these answers. Literally, this is the golden nugget for me. So, Before sharing the more questions, I want to ask the biggest question is, could you share the concept of art of fulfillment and science of achievement?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. When it comes to like fulfillment, right, and achievement, you have to understand, right? Like when it comes to like the art behind fulfillment, it's really the process of just trying to find joy in whatever life actually brings you, right? And that's where you
Mhm.
harness the power of truly understanding, truly appreciating, and enjoying your lives at a really deep level. Not no matter what happens, right? You notice that the people are always happy. They're the ones that no matter what happens to them, they just brush it off, right? Not that they just forget about it, but it doesn't, like, the thing to keep in mind, right, is that we can't control what happens to us. There's always going to be situations that happen. But what we are in control of is how we react to those situations and what happens next, right? So it's really about being grateful and being immersed in this moment itself, because life in itself is a gift and we can't take that for granted, right? And in addition to that, it's really just about having your goals, planning for the future, knowing clearly what it is that I want to be, right? What I want to do and what I want to bring into my life. It's about enjoying the journey of trying to hit those goals and recognizing your achievements. So when it comes to like the art or the science of fulfillment, it's really about recognizing the whole picture in all areas of our lives, guys, and realizing that we have power, right? And we have the ability to shape our lives into what we want to have it become. Um, Fulfillment is a journey, guys. So know what you want, know why you want it, be quick to change your approach if you have to when things aren't working out. Model yourself in the success of others until you reach your own success. And really just stay committed to your life's vision because, as I said before, mastery is something that requires deliberate practice. But the beautiful thing is that we can enjoy it every step of the way.
Exactly, exactly. The same thing. Yeah, most of the people react a lot of things. You can see react a lot when the situation comes up, and they're just reacting, "Hey, man, I can't handle that situation, and we are not able to handle that." So we have to change the mindset, right?
Yeah.
So, because we have the limited time, so could you share me more about the Dream Client Accelerator? What is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dream Clients Accelerator is my brand. And, we pretty much handle everything from organic marketing to mindset, like uh, overcoming limiting beliefs, helping you to charge what you're worth, teaching you copywriting. It's a full-fledged coaching program that I offer. I work with, when I first started, I was doing work with fitness trainers and then affiliate marketers and then life coaches. So it's a full encompassing program that I offer here where we teach you mindset, sales, copywriting, branding, organic marketing, to really help you charge what you're worth and to really have a clear path to get yourself to 5 figures, 6 figures, whatever it is that your goal is to achieve.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And when I show you firstly, I show your muscles, and that's how the good. I thought you are the fitness coach, and
Yeah.
you're just doing you are
Yeah.
just doing great bodybuilding. So I was so much confused. You are the real guy, and
So
literally, I
there's a
just love
reason
your
for
your.
that. There's a reason for that, right? So like why do I still have that picture up? Because when I was working in Wall Street in these offices, right? I was sitting down 60, 70 hours a week and I had a lot of issues with my weight. There was a point where I was about 280 pounds. I was very unhealthy and very, you know, depressed. And I wanted to try to get healthier to be a better father, to have more energy. So, you know, I lost a lot of weight. I actually documented that entire journey. This was before I was an online coach. I documented the entire journey on my Instagram, on social media, of me like working out in parks and doing push ups and losing a whole bunch of weight because I wanted to motivate other people and motivate myself. And when I first realized that there's a lot of other parents that are kind of going through a similar situation, that was actually my first online business as a fitness trainer. I was, my niche was helping dad become super dad, helping mom have more energy to play with her kids. And when I went online and started telling my story. Remember how you said, like, how can you turn people from cold to warm? It was because I wasn't just telling people, I'm a fitness trainer, you need my program. I was sharing my story of how I wasn't happy overweight and what I did to overcome that. And then people looked at me as a normal guy, like, wow, I have a similar problem. I feel the same way. Maybe I can reach out to Danny. And that's how I started my first business, with organic marketing and doing fitness training. And then once I became very successful and realized that, this organic marketing works, that's when I shifted into using my sales skills and my mindset coaching to actually work with entrepreneurs who are scared to say that their program is $10,000, or are just, struggling with these limiting beliefs, or they're a great coach, a great funnel builder, a great marketer, but they don't know how to sell their program because they don't have the sales skills to actually do it.
Yeah, awesome, 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 man. Awesome. You did a lot of things. And this is the real journey that you have shared with us and with my audience. I'm so much grateful for that. And before, because we have the limited time, and before ending up this session, any other last thing that you want to share? Any other golden nugget, the last golden nugget that you want to share with my people?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if I could leave you guys with anything, it's that we are very powerful, and sometimes we may not feel that way. Sometimes we may struggle. But the key to remember is that every day is a new chance, and you may fail your first time. You may fail again your second, your third, your 10th time, but it does not mean you are a failure. Tony Robbins fails. Michael Jordan failed. I have failed plenty of times. But the key to remember is that those failures and those setbacks are what actually make you stronger. So just because you fail at your first business or your first interview, your first live, it doesn't mean you should give up. It means you just get better, and you have to take that imperfect action and be an action taker, and you will get great results, guys.
That's the awesome, the big, you can say a golden nugget. We have to learn from our failures. We have to learn from our that we are just doing every day. We have to learn from our mistakes. This is the biggest concept that we can learn and grow every day. So that's the great thing. And thank you so much, Danny. I will just connect you a bit. Just let me
Thank you
just
for
for a
having
second.
me. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me,
I'm
guys.
so literally I'm so much grateful for you here on my show. That's the
Truly
awesome.
my pleasure. Truly my pleasure.
So guys, you have just learned a lot of things and the golden nuggets from the Danny, and he just shared everything that he learned and that he teach others. So I thought you will just making the notes and writing down everything. And if you want to watch the replay, you can just watch out in my Facebook community, the Connect with Marketers. Okay, and thank you so much, and I will see you in my next episode. Thank you so much.